A direct cost are the cost that can be directly attributed to specific job, okay, which is directly manufacturing direct cost, okay. So there are two main type of costing system used in the job costing. One is job order costing and process costing. And once the job has to be identified, the next step is to define that the difference cost category that will be tracked for the job. Hello everyone, a warm welcome to one and all. I am Natesh, lecturer in commerce, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, MYSURU, the Temple of Excellence. We are in the Unit 1, Session 1, 4th semester, Costing Methods and Techniques BCom. Okay, so the chapter name is Job and Contract Costing. So we know the job is actually each and every the job costing is you have to calculate. Okay, so here today my agenda you will get to know the more idea about job costing, what exactly, and the prerequisite of job costing and job costing procedure and job costing features, objective of job costing application, where exactly they are using, and what and all advantages of job costing and disadvantages of job costing. Moving forward, and job costing, each and every job. For example, you are trying to go for furniture, okay, and we are trying to the furniture enterprise, they are preparing a different customer requirement based on the customer requirement. So here each and every product which is go through the job costing, each job, okay, one specific task we call it as a job. So here meaning job costing is a method of costing, okay, method of costing, because in the last semester you have studied a few concepts related to costing. But here the method of costing used to determine the cost of specific job, because each and unique type of a job they are performing. So we will find out this specific job, okay, the cost of the specific job or order, what you are getting from the customers. And it is used to situation where the product or service at the time of each and every product which is having a job costing, because each product will be calculated based on the job assigned, okay, the customer requirement basis, okay, job or service are produced to customer specification, because the customers are requesting what kind of product is required, when it is required. Now after expressing their view, definitely we need to give more information. So as a cost accountant, what they are doing, they want to ascertain what and all the cost is incurred, okay, based on the material, okay, even the labor cost, everything, the direct material consumption, everything they will. And rather than being a produce on mass scale, now individual product will calculated based on the each job, okay, each task will be unique. Okay, now job costing also unique. The unique materials we are using, unique labor we are using. Okay, so and moving forward, the prerequisites of job costing. The first one, identify the job. You have to identify which type of job you are performing. Okay, so identifying the job is very important. And in order to implement the job costing, the business must be able to identify and separate each individual job or project that they are taken, because the business either you are doing a furniture business or something like a different product or service you are offering to the customers, okay, so you have to identify which type of a job you are performing. And next, assign direct cost. Here direct cost which is related to manufacturing raw materials is required, okay, what raw materials. Indirect cost means we call it as overheads. A direct cost are the cost that can be directly attributed to specific job, okay, which is directly manufacturing direct cost, okay, and such as material, labor and subcontractor cost which is connected to specific job performance. Performing a job, you need to bear the direct cost. And next one, allocate indirect cost. And allocate indirect cost. See, the manufacturer, they are trying to produce a product, okay, or performing the job. Now, which is going for sale with the help of marketing. So, which is called as indirect. Okay, here allocating for indirect cost, what and all, for example, room rent, okay, the factory rent, or electricity, okay, or selling cost, traveling cost, everything which is coming under the indirect cost. Indirect cost are the cost that cannot be directly attributed to specific job. The direct cost means actually which is directly connected to product or service. such as rent, utility and administration expense, marketing expense, traveling expense, which is not directly connected, right? So that's why. And choosing a costing system, what type of cost system you have to properly decide in advance. So there are two main type of costing system used in the job costing. One is job order costing and process costing. Job order costing, because each and every product will go for specific job or specific task. Okay, for example, in the process cost, one specific process is completed, then it will go for the next process. So which type of costing you are adapted. Under job costing order is used to unique, because each job is unique. So one time project, while process costing is a use continuous production process, because continuous production, there are for example process 1, process B, process C. Process B, they are getting a raw material from the process A, whatever they completed. So till then they want to wait for the process A want to complete. Moving forward, and next identify the job. Here job costing procedure, but the same, which is similar to prerequisites. Identify the job. The first step to identify the job in the identify specific job or project that need to be costed, because the customer's requirement based or customized product, when you try to go, you're preparing a cost. So you have identify the job, what kind of job you're performing. And define the cost category. You have to define properly. So at the first stage, you have to define the cost, what and all which is required for the producing a product or providing a service. And once the job has to be identified, the next step is to define that the difference cost category that will be tracked for the job. So not only for direct cost and not only for indirect cost, what and all which is connected for the performing a job. Okay, and next track direct material. Direct material, because any product based on the materials only we are trying to go for producing. So you have to maintain the track. So for example, one specific product which is required for 5 kilo. Okay, so you place order at the time bulk quantity 20 kilo, but you have utilized only for 5 kilo. So that is a tracking you need to maintain. The direct material used in the job are tracked separately from the other material used in the business, because different job you are performing, what materials you are using, okay, based on the material. And next, track direct labor. Directly, whenever you are trying to producing the product or preparing the or providing the service, what direct labor is involved. Okay, so you need to maintain a track. So direct labor refers to the time spent by the employee working specifically on the job, because here the one specific product want to complete 8 hours. The 8 hours what you are allotted, it is very important. The labor cost, which is very important. So that's what. And next, track overheads cost, which is nothing but indirect cost. Again, because of producing, you need everything. Even the space is required, the machine is required, even the administration support is required, manufacturing overheads is required. So which is not directly connected to manufacturing, then also we need to maintain indirect cost or overheads cost. So overheads cost are the indirect costs associated with the job, such as rent, utility, administration expense, traveling expense, okay, because which is not directly connected, then also we need to track. Here job costing features, because any job methods or any contract or any costing, where we need to find out there's some characteristic which is related to feature. And the first one, customized pricing, because individual customers, they are placing an order, we are accepting as a business, we are accepting. So the customizing price, because the customers to customer, their requirement is something different. So each customers, whenever they are expressing what exactly they want, the costing is something different. So the customized price, it will be varied. Okay, so job costing allow the customized pricing based on the specific requirement of the each job, because each and every customers are unique of orders they are giving. Whenever we are accepting the order, we are trying to prepare the job cost, how much cost will be incurred. So this enables the business to accurately calculate the cost of the job. So because the customers will be asking what is the price if I place an order, so definitely I need to calculate. As a business, I just want to calculate using a costing. And accurate costing, because we will get to know clear picture how much raw material labor is incurred, okay, involved in the process, okay, other overheads, what and all which is related to performing a job. So job costing provide an accurate picture of the costs associated with the particular job. So we are not only just for calculating a direct cost, and apart from the direct cost, we are trying to calculate for indirect costs. Okay. So next, profitability analysis. So for example, unless we are not preparing a job costing using a job costing technique, so we are not predict the profit how much we are getting. So that's what. So the profitability analysis we can do. The job costing enable business to analyze the profitability of each job and project. What and all job accepting the orders are getting from the customers, easily we can calculate. And resource allocation. If any order accepted, what and all the materials is required, how many labors, so what is the input resource I want to introduce for performing a job. So job costing help to business to allocate resource more effectively. So because we will calculate what and all is required to perform the job. Next, project management, because not only for individual job, we are not producing only product, we are trying to go for project also. Even each and every project we are trying to go for job costing. And the job costing provide business with the information they need to effectively manage the project, because of each project have a specific period to want to complete. So what and all is required, so easily the project management can be done. So next one, cost control. Cost control, the name only suggesting how I can control, how I can unnecessarily avoid this cost. So using a 1200 square feet, if I place how many machine, okay, how I can get maximum benefit from this space. So job costing help to business to control the cost by identifying the area where the costs are higher than the expected. Because here there are two concepts, make or buy. Make means we are preparing our product, own product. Buy means we are getting from the already those who are manufactured. Okay, so here unnecessary cost I can avoid. And next, objective of job costing, the cost calculation, because in the last semester you have studied cost sheet and all. So here the cost calculation part, it's very important. So that's what the job costing objective is, a cost calculation. The primary objective of job costing is to accurately calculate the cost of producing the particular product or providing a specific service. So we need to calculate blindly. We cannot say for the customer, so I'm charging like this, so I want to calculate perfectly. So fixing some margin. Everybody are doing a business with the motto of profit making. So the pricing, job costing also help to business to determine the appropriate price for the particular job or project. See, anybody are performing a job, they of course they want to go for pricing. The pricing is a generating which is revenue generation. And the profitability analysis are same thing. Okay, so another objective of job costing, analyzing the profitability, how much we are getting profit. Okay, so next, resource allocation also very important. Unless we are not allocating the resource, we cannot perform job very easily or smoothly. So job costing also help to business to allocate the resource more effectively by tracking the cost associated with the job. So direct cost and indirect cost we are trying to allocate completely. We are trying to go for resource allocation. And next, project management, same thing here. The project performance, whenever you are taking a project, the specific period is given. You have to manage the project using a what and all the available resource. Moving forward. So job costing application, where exactly our job costing are applied or using. So the first one, construction, because we know the construction is which is related to project. So and a construction company is building a new office building, okay, for client, because construction company, the major they are getting order from the client to construct a building. Okay, so based on the specific space. Okay, job costing is used to track the cost of material, because whenever the construction company are taking a contract, so definitely the contract accounting is something different. The job is actually we are performing, we are taking one project. And the manufacturing places, because of manufacturing, there are too many manufacturing based on the customized or standardized what job is incurred, what job you are performing, how much cost is paid. Okay, so the furniture manufacturer is producing a custom made sofa for customer, other input. Okay, because we need to manufacturing, that is nothing but your manufacturing. Each job is something unique. So what is the manufacturing process, so how what and all is involved. And the professional service, because we are doing a service for the even the not only for physical product, we are trying to go for offering a service for the different customers, those who are required. So a law form of providing a legal service to the client, even how much we are charging, that is also. Job costing is used to track the cost of employee time. Okay. And next one, healthcare. Even the healthcare centers, they are using a job costing. Like a hospital is providing a medical service to the patient, so that is also here we can identify the application part. And the education also, even the school is providing education service to the student, so job costing is used to track the cost of the teacher time and textbook and other expense associated with the student education, because that is also one specific job or service we are providing. Okay, next, non-profit organization. Here the charitable trust providing aid to the specific community. Job costing is to use to track the cost of employee time, supply and other expense associated with the, because there are number of programs repeatedly they are trying to conduct. Okay, so what is the cost they bear? Okay, everything they want to calculate. So next, advantages of job costing. There are too many advantages we are finding when we are performing a individual job or project. So the first one, accurate costing. We are trying to maintain accurate what is exactly the cost I have spent, what is the labor cost which is related. Job costing provide a detailed breakdown of the cost of each project or each job. Okay, we are trying to get a more accurate result. And the better profitability, we can calculate the profitability based on the profitability unnecessary. If your profit is less, we have how to increase, we can decide here. So with accurate costing, organization can price their product and service more effectively, which can lead to the better profitability. And next one, effective cost control. Effective cost control, easily we can control the cost. We are majorly identify there are a direct cost and indirect cost. So which is unnecessary wastage cost, how to avoid eliminating the wastage cost. Okay, so losses and all we can predict here. So job costing help to organizations to identify the area where they control the cost. So how their unnecessary cost they are spending. Okay, the properly if they are not utilizing the space or material, so everything. And resource allocation, to perform a job there are number of resource will be involved. So here job costing enable the organizations to allocate the resource more effectively. We are trying to get productivity using a resource what and all we introduce. Next, involved decisions making, because job costing easily we can calculate for the first time when I try to perform any specific job. So of course I can take the decisions based on the job costing. So either I can accept this order or reject the order, so based on the decisions making. So accurate job costing data can help organizations to make better decisions about the pricing, resource allocation and production process. So there are different types of activity or operations will be going on, easily I can take. Moving forward, disadvantages of job costing, because each and every time we are performing an individual or unique job. So your time consumption, the first one, the time consumption preparing a job costing. So job costing require a significant amount of time to and effort of collect and analyze the data. So your operation very small, then you're trying to preparing a job costing sheet and all, it's very unnecessary time waste. And next, to complexity. Job costing can complex and difficult to implement, especially in the organization where the multiple product or service. There are different types of, the company is not offering, the business is not offering only one specific product. If only one specific product means it is very easy for preparing a job costing, but multiple product and multiple service, it is very complex only. Now costly, because to implement the job costing, of course, which is a costly. Implementing a job costing system can be costly, especially if an organization needs to purchase new software or hire additional staff. Okay, so because if the job costing, we are not trying to go for manual, now we are trying to go for upgrading our knowledge like technology. So even the technical skill software is required. And inaccuracy, if the data not collected accurately, of course, which is an inaccuracy. Your data, for example, the raw material cost you don't know, the labor how much they are charging you don't know. That is very because accurate result always giving accurate result. So always you have to maintain the accurate data. So if the job costing system can produce inaccurate result because you are maintaining a inaccurate data, so which can lead to the incorrect decisions. And like next one, lack of standardization, because each and every customers are, whenever they are placing an order, because their requirement is something different, so we are not able to find out something maintaining a standardizing. Okay, here the lack of standardizing means a specific product offer for everybody. So a job costing can be difficult to standardizing across a different department or a location, which can be lead to inconsistency of cost reporting, because each and every time the job costing is differed because of the customer order is different. Keep on watch for next section. Thank you.